White flag raised. They're off and running for the 2023 inch point-to-point races. We commence with a 4-year-old mare's Maiden, sponsored by Tattersalls Ireland, Mag and Noel Long, and Hickeys Bar Mount Uniacke. And the field come through the winning post on the way to fence number 1. And in the early stages, it's Jewel of Windsor who bowls along in front, followed by Killeagh Park, who sits on the inside of Bluey as they rise at the first fence. Over in 4th place there is Olympic Park, and that one in turn is going into the bend past the winning post area, followed by the Secret Pearl, and the two who are held up are Cobra Queen and What Makes Honey Bee. So they're going to the fence, which leads them into the back straight. And as they turn the corner and face into it straight away, that's Jewel of Windsor, who lands alongside Bluey. Bluey in the yellow cap on the near side of Jewel of Windsor. 2.5 lengths or so to the next pair, which are Olympic Park. And on that one's inside sits Barry O'Neill aboard Killeagh Park. And then there's a length or so to the next 3 runners, who are Cobra Queen, along the inside of the Secret Pearl, and held up at the back end of the field is What Makes Honey Bee, this one ridden by Brian Dunleavy. So they're going round the corner here and about to swing to the first of 2 fences on this side of the track. These are fences 3 and 4, and going towards it, it's Jewel of Windsor and Brian Lawless. She puts in a nice, neat jump there, landing a length and a half in front from in 2nd place is Bluey and Jack Hendrick. Over in 3rd travels Killeagh Park, that one ridden by Barry O'Neill. 4th position is Olympic Park and Dara Allen. And then further back in the field to find the last 3, What Makes Honey Bee, alongside Cobra Queen and the Secret Pearl. So they've covered just about a mile, and they're facing up now to the fence before the winning post area. And now Derek O'Connor has decided he wants to put on a bit of pace to this race, because he's brought Cobra Queen from 5th to 1st in a matter of 100 yards there. And Cobra Queen goes up alongside now to share the front-running duties with Jewel of Windsor. They remain 1 and 2. 3rd place is Bluey. 4th is the Colombo Raider, Killeagh Park, as they rise at this next one. And now the 3 at the back of the field are Olympic Park, the Secret Pearl, and What Makes Honey Bee. They turn out once again, going to fence number 7, and approaching this one, Cobra Queen and Jewel of Windsor are the 2 matching strides, followed in 3rd place by Bluey over this fence. And we lost one there. Down was Olympic Park, very badly hampering and taking out the Secret Pearl. So Olympic Park and the Secret Pearl both out of that fence. Thankfully, the 2 mares and their riders are quickly on their feet. This reduces us down to just a quintet left in the field. And Cobra Queen, with a small advantage from in 2nd place, that's Jewel of Windsor. 3rd and 4th places are held by Bluey on the outside of Killeagh Park, and then What Makes Honey Bee. So we're left with 4 Wexford trained runners, and the only fly in the ointment is Cobra Queen, trained up in mid-tip by Sam Curling, who's sharing the lead. So Cobra Queen, again away from that next fence towards the halfway point, in company with Jewel of Windsor. Cobra Queen, Jewel of Windsor 1 and 2. 3rd place in the yellow cap, we find Bluey, who's just edging ahead of the 4th running Killeagh Park, and then there's another length or so to What Makes Honey Bee. We've got 5 left going, and about 4 or 5 lengths cover the 5. So 6 fences to jump in this 4-year-old mare's Maiden at the inch races. At the next one, Cobra Queen, again jumping nice and sensibly alongside Jewel of Windsor. After these, into 3rd place on the inside is Killeagh Park, and then you got Bluey and What Makes Honey Bee. 5 to go, and they're on their way to the 5th last. And taking off for this one, Cobra Queen, a much faster jump Jewel of Windsor put down at that one, her first minor error of the race, but on the level she's moved back up again side Cobra Queen. Third place and still going well enough on the inside is Killeagh Park. Right in contact in fourth is Bluey, and finally What Makes Honeybee remains held up last of the five. Coming to the fourth last fence, and Cobra Queen again lands with a small advantage from in second place is Jewel of Windsor. So Cobra Queen, Jewel of Windsor. After these, still on a tight rein in the third spot is Bluey. Fourth, sitting down, this one's inside, is Killeagh Park, and now Brian Dunleavy's coming a bit wider than the rest of the four rivals aboard What Makes Honeybee. All five have some sort of chance as they go into the last half mile. When they come off this turn, they'll have three fences left to jump. Cobra Queen, Jewel of Windsor, still the two forcing the pace, followed close up by Bluey, and then What Makes Honeybee now relegates Killeagh Park to be last of five. So away from the third last fence, and Bluey now makes a move on the wide outside to come up there and share the lead with Cobra Queen. Still right between horses as we've 3 and 9 turning for home is Jewel of Windsor. But Cobra Queen, Jewel of Windsor and Bluey, they go on from Killeagh Park, who's trying to come back at them in fourth. Beaten in fifth is What Makes Honeybee. They turn for home. They've got one fence left to jump in a competitive 4-year-old mare's maiden. Cobra Queen, Bluey from coming home on the inside, Killeagh Park. Here's the final fence. Cobra Queen wings it, and that was vital. She's got an advantage of a couple of lengths away from Bluey and Killeagh Park, but Cobra Queen, the tip runner against the contingent from Wexford, is going to see them off for the Sam Curling Yard. Cobra Queen, Derek made his move after a mile to get up to the front, and it proved decisive. He beats Killeagh Park aboard Cobra Queen. Back in third we had Bluey, and they were followed home by Jewel of Windsor, and finally What Makes Honeybee.
The result of the first race: first number 14, second number 18, third number 8. Number 13 was fourth. 14, 18, 8. Number 13 was fourth. The distances were 2 lengths, a neck, and 6 lengths. 2 lengths, a neck, and 6 lengths. The second race, the 4-year-old Geldings Maiden, sponsored by Goffs UK. There are 8 runners. The runners and riders: number 2, Mr. B. Dunleavy. Over to page number 8, Mr. B. O'Neill. Number 12, Mr. J.L. Scallon. Over to page number 23, Mr. S.E. O'Rourke. Number 28, Mr. B. Lawless. Number 31, Mr. J.W. Hendricks.